Hey everyone, Craig Williams here, back with another video. In this video I'm going to show you how I made one of the lead sounds in my M.I.A track, which you can download. The downloads are going to be in the description. So I'll just play you the sound and then I'll show you how I made it and the different plugins I used to shape the sound. So this is the sound here. Just got a low pass opening up there. So there you go, there's the sound. And I've got a empty session up here. And there's the MIDI file from the previous song, so we can get the exact same sound. So for this sound, I wanted to create that sort of ripping sort of synth sound, and for this I just used Synth. I found that it was it's really intuitive and it's really easy to use. So here we go, and initialize preset. So this sound, not really much there. So all I've got for this synth is just one single oscillator, a sawtooth, and just pulled it down 2 octaves. There you go, there's the sound there. Didn't sort of tend to do too much to this section here. Most of the sound comes from the filtering, the resonance, and a lot of EQ in this section, as well as EQ on the channel. So we'll go down to the filter. I've got a low pass on there, got a little bit of resonance on here, and I've got a fair bit of drive to help boost the sound a little bit more. So you can hear it sounds a bit more bassy, but it's a little bit more meat in it, and I've also got the filter at 12 dB. Next up is we've got the filter control. I just pulled the cutoff down a little bit. This is pretty fine. Once you set the resonance, it takes a little bit of fiddling to get the cutoff in the right place. Warm drive and a bit of key tracking, and the resonance is a fair bit of resonance on the sound. It's close to getting the sound there. Next up, I've got obviously portamento on the sound. You can hear as it goes up, and mono legato. Start to hear the sound there. We go to the EQ section, and I've got a fair bit of EQ from this. I find the EQ in this isn't too bad for like giving a certain kind of sound. So I've boosted 15 dB at 440 Hertz, which is a lot. And then for the bass, it's around the 430 again, and I've boosted it again. You can hear now it's a little bit more nasally. It's helped shaping the sound a little bit more. After that, put an EQ on to show you what's going on. Bring this up. You can see this is where we boosted all the parts here. And again at 3.5. Boosted a bit there, put a low cut in, take away like the mud of the sound, help tighten it up a little bit. And also 500. Gave a little boost of about 4 dB. So I find that around the 3.5 adds a little bit of bite. I don't usually boost at 500, I usually cut at 500 to give more room for the bass for like the lows and the highs, but in this one it seemed to work. So that's it for the EQ. Next up, I went to the standard distortion that I most often use, the camel fat, and for some reason I accidentally left the LFO on, so that's where you get that sort of you can hear the LFO working there. And I had a fair bit of tube distortion. The exciter was a fair way up. And right away you can hear that this is the unit that's giving most of the sound to the synth. And after that I put a sidechain compressor on, but since I don't have a trigger at the moment, it's not actually doing anything. And then finally I just put a little bit of reverb on, which I can just put some on now real quickly. Use a platinum verb. And when I use a reverb on a channel, I always try and just put a little bit of EQ on after it, unless using the, which one is it called? The Space Designer has a built-in EQ, so you can use that to save on processing. But I find the Space Designer uses a fair bit of processing, so there you go. Probably pull this down a little bit. As you can see here, this is the low cut that I put on. So there you go. That's pretty much about it. If you want to know how I made any other sounds from any of my other tracks, feel free to drop me a line and I'll just make a quick video for you guys. And until next time, see you later.